This week on What Do You Got? We're talking about our dream vacations. Stay tuned.
Oh.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh, yeah.
Everybody, welcome back to the Brown Podcast. I'm Andy Smith.
Oh, I'm Tim Fulton.
That's Tim Fulton.
It is.
This week is What Do You Got?
What do you got?
What do you got? When one of us brings a topic to the table the other one doesn't know about, and we just kind of bullshit about it for a while. Bunch of
right.
morons. Tim, what do you got?
Dream vacation. I figured it's freezing cold outside, and neither one of us can afford to do anything, so why not
Antarctica.
torture ourselves?
Antarctica, that's where I want to go.
So why not torture ourselves by daydreaming a little bit and talking about what our dream vacation would actually look like. If money wasn't an object, well, I'll even go as far as saying that time isn't an object. Where would you go? What would you do?
Time isn't an object.
Time is an illusion. And so is death.
It kind of is.
Does time exist? That's a topic for another day.
So, are you saying we can go back in time?
No. No, that wasn't the moral of the story. I don't want you to be like, oh, I want to see like the Roman gladiators.
Yeah. So, what do you mean time not an option?
Like you can you don't have to go back to work. Like you can be out for as long as you want.
Oh. So, this is like if you won the lottery.
All right, we'll bring it dial it back a little bit. 2 weeks. You get 2 weeks.
Okay.
What do you do?
So 2 weeks, and money's not an option. You can kind of go or do whatever you want.
Yeah. This is a daydream.
And you got to go by yourself.
No.
Is there like a limit to how many people you can bring? It's just significant other, friends.
Dude, just answer the fucking question.
That matters.
I got to know the specs of
It
this.
matters. Just saying. It does matter. I don't have an answer. I'm stalling for time.
Oh. I'll begin then.
Yeah, you go.
All right, so I've always wanted to, the people who know me best know that I like mysteries. I like all those, like, they have those game boxes that come out now. I know we've played them before, but the audience doesn't know that. It's like a murder mystery in a box, and you have to solve it. I love all the escape the rooms, all that kind of crap. Love it. I've always wanted to do a murder mystery weekend, or even a full-blown week. I don't care. Actually, it might get a little tiresome after a full week. And I've always wanted to do it since I saw that episode of Saved by the Bell when I was a kid that they went to a murder mystery weekend. And they have them. They are real. And the one I looked up, I've looked this up multiple times. I can't afford it. It's you go to this place. It starts with a cocktail party, and the actors are thrown in the mix. So I guess like you can start to figure out who's an actor because who has like an elaborate backstory. Like,
Yeah.
Be like, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm an accountant. What do you do for a living? I'm an actress. I've come out here from California. And you're just like, oh, okay, so.
Yeah. I used to live in Russia. You're like, hey.
Someone being like, this is my home. Anyway, but you have a cocktail party. You get to know people, blah, blah, blah. Everyone goes to bed. And apparently while you're like getting ready for bed or whatnot, you hear a scream from somewhere in the hotel room. Apparently no one's supposed to investigate it because the next morning you wake up and you find out someone is dead. Someone there murdered them. And the sheriff pulls a clue and says no one is allowed to leave until we figure this out.
So it's basically Clue.
It's Clue. It's Clue.
And that would be the perfect place to murder someone.
Oh, 100%.
Just saying.
No one would know.
Well, no, because you would be like, it would take a little bit of time to figure out like which dead body was real.
Yeah. So my dream vacation would be stay at that hotel, do that for the weekend, and by the time that's over, if I'm in like a big city or something like that, then I get to like go out and explore the city. And
I
all
don't
that
know why I never thought of this before, but I know that you haven't seen it, but I'm going to ask. Have you ever seen the movie The Game?
no.
Do you know what it's about?
Yes. You've explained this to me once before. It's all not that a guy's getting tortured, but a guy has to like survive the game. And isn't there like spoilers, a big party at the end, and like he's convinced it's not real and he has to jump off a roof or something like that?
That is the end.
Yeah.
But you don't what it basically is he signs up for an experience.
Yeah.
And he signs all the paperwork, and they basically say like, okay, like your game is going to start sometime after you leave here, and you know, once you complete it, then you complete it, and you'll never know when it starts and all this stuff. So he leaves, and then they call him up like later that day, and they're like, "Oh, we're very sorry, but like you didn't qualify, like you're not qualified, so like you can't play."
Yeah.
And he gets all pissed off, and then like shit just starts happening to him, and like he's a very smart guy, so he's basically like, I know this isn't real, but then like you don't know if it's real or not real for like throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
And it gets to the point where you're like, there's no way that this is fake. And then you're like, well, what if it is fake? It's got to be fake. But then you're like, no, I don't know if it's fake or not. And again, it's in the 90s.
Yeah.
So take that into account. But the concept of it is very interesting because you could see how that would go like really sideways on someone, but you could also see how like it's like a once in a lifetime kind of experience. If you had the option, would you do something like that?
Not that extreme, but yeah. I've daydreamed about that kind of thing.
But you don't get to see, that's the catch though, is that because you don't know if it's real or not, you kind of don't get a chance to decide how intense it gets because you kind of have to leave that up to the person who's.
So I would definitely want like the experience and like the quality where you get lost in it, but I would need the assurance that it's not real. So like I couldn't like be questioning the entire. You know when you watch a really good movie and you just get really lost in it, you get really emotionally attached to characters? I would want that. Where I know what I'm looking at isn't real, but I'm so involved and invested that I don't care.
But now we're just you're saying, okay, let me put it to you this way. Say you signed up and they're like, dude, like this is going to be an experience. You're not going to get hurt or whatever. But if the experience was as realistic as possible, it would make you not believe that while you're experiencing it.
Kind of. Yeah.
No, it would, because if like you were supposed to be kidnapped,
Yeah.
like they're basically they're going to convince you, if they're doing their job correctly, that
you are kidnapped.
that you are not safe and that this is not a joke and that like their objective is to make you believe that you're not safe.
Yeah.
So essentially, like to actually experience it, and that's kind of why anything is really exciting, is because there's a risk involved.
Yeah.
Right. That's why every movie has a problem. You need a problem.
You need a problem.
So like the bigger the problem, the more exciting the movie usually.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have to go to full blown.
No, but
Let
what
the
I'm saying
movies
is like
happen.
everything else other than that can only go to a certain level, right? Without real risk. You have to have some level of risk to get that to go to that level, because like you could be like, oh, I like, heights, so I'm going to go up in a tall building or whatever. But the only thing after that is like jumping out of a plane.
Yeah.
But there's a risk with that. Chute can't open. Small risk apparently, but consequences are pretty high.
Like, I went skydiving, and I believe a guy died a week later at the place we went to. I went with Sam. Hi, Sam.
Dude.
I know.
What
I didn't tell-
happened?
I don't know. This was early 2000s.
Do you know how a lot
mid
of
2000s?
All right, just real quick tangent, we'll get back to the dream vacation. Do you know how a lot of people die when skydiving or parachuting?
No.
Target fixation. It's basically, I'm sure there's another word for it, but it's basically where like you have a malfunction on your main chute and you spend so much time trying to fix it that you forget about your reserve.
Oh, that's so weird.
Like you will literally try to unfoul your chute, and they basically, I guess the way that they teach you to do it is like you always have to constantly know where you are height wise. It's like you try to get it unfouled. If it doesn't get unfouled, you basically like release it,
And
wait
then
a
rip
second
the
or two, and then pull your reserve. And then if that doesn't work,
Then you're dead.
you basically like say goodbye to whoever you want to, and then you plummet. But apparently, like so many people like try to just fix that chute that they forget to just cut it loose and pull the reserve.
Ugh, freaky.
Yeah.
Freaky.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But anyway, dream vacation. Sorry.
I know I bring this up all the time, but how do we? My topic of conversation is
Dude,
dream
fuck you.
vacation. And it took all of 10 minutes.
Can't
And
help
you're
it.
like, yeah, some people, when they go skydiving, they plummet to their death and it hurts. They're just, it's pain, like
What's your
the most painful death you could possibly. Do you like beaches? Yeah. The sharks are going to eat your fucking leg off. You don't stand a chance.
What's your dream vacation? You want to know how a lot of people die skydiving? No skydiving on my vacation. I would, if it was a dream vacation for vacation purposes, like relaxing,
Yeah.
and not doing anything like stressful or whatever. I'd want to go somewhere warm where I didn't have to cook any food, and the food was all good.
That's
Okay,
fair.
that's number one. Number two, I'd want to like be able to get drinks, and I'd want to be able to like go do stuff because I can't sit the fuck down.
No, you can't.
So I need like to do a little bit of extreme stuff.
Some activities.
Yeah, like I need a little bit of like this could go sideways. Like I need a little bit of that. I need it. I can't not have that.
You know what you would enjoy that I did? Whitewater rafting. It was
That I would, but only to a certain level because I know how fucking easily you can get killed doing that.
see this is exactly what I'm talking. Dream vacation. How many times did we mention dying?
Yeah.
So I went
Just
with.
saying.
You literally said I need a little bit of this can go sideways. What about whitewater rafting? No, you could die.
No. Like I said, I would definitely do whitewater rafting, but I can't do like a level 5.
Well, all right, that's fair. So they're really quick. That's what she said. The levels, like when you hit a level 3, like I always thought in my head, like, oh, they're gonna be level 3 rapids. Like it's gonna be like a long, like we're hitting a stretch level 3. It's like 30 seconds to a couple minutes long of that, and then you're done.
Yeah.
But I went for a buddy's bachelor party, and there's a picture. They have the sides lined with cameras, specifically at the points of
Where the rapids are.
where the rapids are. So there's a picture. We hit one level 5, and you just see a picture with all of us in the boat, like doing our thing. A picture of a giant wave, and then the next picture, the groom is gone. He's just gone, literally just gone.
Yeah.
He capsized, and he was under the the raft for a little while.
That's
And like he
terrifying.
could, yeah, I know. And then we eventually got him and brought him back in, and we're like, dude, that was so fucking awesome. And he's just like,
Yeah, probably not for him.
that's what he said. He was like, yeah, that was great.
Yeah, water terrifies me.
I know.
Water,
Do you know what was weird about that?
yeah, water terrifies me. What?
So they let you get out into the water and play and do whatnot, like at certain points, even like the slow
Because
part.
it's probably going to be like pretty calm for a lot of the
for
lot of the
a
river.
while. So we were in the water at one point. I remember looking at my buddy, and we were pretty far ahead of the raft. It was calm water, but it was still a river.
It's a river.
Yeah, and I was like, we're not in any danger or anything because there's people in the boat. Blah 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 blah. I was like, but if I wanted to get back to that boat, there'd be no chance in hell, no chance. Not in a million years could I get back there on my own. Like it has to come get me.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't, water is one of those weird ones. I know this is like not on your topic at all, but I'm going to go with it. Water is a weird one because everyone is so familiar with it that you don't think of it like that until you're in a situation where you're like, I am completely helpless. Like in a calm river, like not stagnant water, but like sheet water where there's no white. You're like, if my life depended on it, I can't get to that boat that's 20 feet away that I could probably spit on. I can't get to it
I can't get to it.
because of stuff I drink every day.
Yeah.
Like,
There's just too much pressure of me going. I can't even like go back a little. Like I can slow down how fast I'm going that way. I can't not go that way.
Yeah.
It's weird.
and there's like guys that do that I'm sure are experienced, but from what I know, they're kind of basically like, yeah, there's like things you can kind of do, but for the most part, like you're fucked. Like if you need to get on that boat. But anyway, I would, something like that, like or like a little bit of like maybe like expedition type thing, or like I said, horseback riding's fun as fuck.
That
I
could
would
be
like
cool.
to do that. I would like to do that out west again in Wyoming.
A horse would look at you and just be like, "No,
Come on, him? No.
big."
What about the little kid? Come on, I'm old. Yeah, I would have to do something like that. And then there's definitely like the European thing. That would be cool. But 2 weeks, I don't know if you could like. I feel like you would just be like rushed over there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Do you know anyone that like went to Europe on a vacation besides your friend that's crazy? That is a cool crazy. That, like,
ironically,
just
I don't know if
bounces
she's ever
around.
been to Europe.
It's like
I don't
a
know
lot
that.
of
She might have been. Hi, Sam. Again.
Yeah.
She's the one I went. We had talked about this. I went to a rock climbing gym with her,
Yes.
and I thought it was going to be. She told me it was like a gym for, you know, that show, the Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be set up like that, so like we could all play, for lack of a better term.
Everyone's just like super serious.
No, it started with a workout. Yeah, they were like, all right, we're going to run laps. We're going to do this, blah, 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 blah. And then we did some mountain climbing and like all in a line, like instead of just mountain climbing, like we went around the gym, but on a rock wall. So we did that a couple times. Like it was a strength training type thing. But we
Yeah.
did play a little bit. Like
You're like, I want to go high.
well, we did climb ropes. And after a while, they were like, all right. They literally were like, all right, go play. Like people wore harnesses and like you could climb.
You're like,
to
I
the
don't
end
like
of
it as
Bunny.
much as I thought.
No, rock climbing's dumb. I wasn't good at it.
Not many people are.
Sam
It's a
is.
hard activity. What were we saying right before? Oh, Europe.
Yeah.
Every time when somebody goes to Europe, or I hear somebody going to Europe, it always seems like half of it is stressful.
Yeah.
Because it's always like get to this, then get to that, and you're trying to like cram as many things into like that little time that you have over there, and it's almost like you're kind of just doing the tourist shit at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of that, I would have preferred to go to I think like Tokyo or something like that. I don't know why. I don't have like
That's like a very because it's so different from everything that we see over here.
yeah, and there's so much different stuff over there. Like yeah, you have like Tokyo, which would be awesome, and then like you can go to like feudal Japan areas and like see like the old castles and all
Dude, you
that
know what's
stuff.
really fucking nuts?
What?
Which I'm pretty sure I'm not making up. Japan for like 500 or 600 years was completely shut off from the rest of the world during
I
like,
vaguely remember you telling me this.
during like the shogunate and the samurai, and it was only in like the 1700s that they kind of sort of started to open up trade. So like their culture was like their culture.
Yeah.
Like there was zero
They did-
outside influence for so long.
They did their thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but like imagine that like that I think that's why that feels so different. Because it think of it, is there any other civilization that's of that size
Yeah.
that was that recently like completely isolated from everything else?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
There is that place in Africa. There's this one specific tribe that still hasn't had any human contact.
Well, that's like small, yeah.
yeah. You're right. You said same size, but still, there's that one tribe that if you go there, they just will attempt to kill you. So
Yeah.
it's like
They've killed a couple of people, I think.
Yeah. So the world has just agreed. They're like, so we're just not gonna fuck with them.
Yeah,
But-
until we find out that they got like, vibranium there or something. Then we're like, hey, guess what? We have pistols.
We have really big pistols.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
Could you imagine if we declared war on those poor people, and they're just like they'll go up to us like all Avatar style, like with their bows and their blue hair.
Except they're
and-
not 19 feet tall.
Yeah, and
and
then
they-
we're just like, oh,
Oh, so
there's
sorry.
a tank.
Please watch this PSA so we can say we did something to warn you. So we went from dream vacation to genocide.
That one was on me. That one's on me. That one's my fault.
Yeah, so I guess maybe Hawaii would probably be the place to go. Or
I was gonna say you're kind of describing a cruise, because you can go on like land adventures if you go like island hopping.
yeah,
Endless drinks, endless food. There's things on the cruise.
I did like Bermuda. Bermuda. The only thing I didn't like, the only thing when I went to Bermuda that I didn't like the idea of is how small the island is. Like,
Oh yeah.
it's like 20 or 40 miles long, but it's not very wide. It's like less than a mile wide.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like I'm pretty
That
sure
sounds like
there's like
LBI.
a couple spots where it's like a lot less than a mile wide. But I was just like thinking like, okay, like I'm on this island and there's like obviously like thousands of people there, but like when you think about like oh, I can see a lot, but you're like it's not very big.
No,
and
it's not.
I'm like I could walk around this island in a day if I really wanted to.
You probably wouldn't want to.
But it's crazy when you come from like such a big chunk of land where
I
like
know.
you're just surrounded by land all the time.
All the time.
And you're like, I can see ocean like literally all around me when I'm on the land.
Yeah.
It's weird. And you kind of feel like, I hope the waves don't get higher. Please. No.
Third time you mentioned it.
I know. It's scary.
All right, so my dream vacation would be some sort of murder mystery. Your dream vacation would be to die through some sort of means, because that's the takeaway.
By
I
the
got.
scariest of means. Is
By the
water
scariest.
Or space. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been on a vacation in like 13 years, so.
Yeah,
Or 11 years.
it might be time to take one, buddy. Might be time.
I'm going on another cruise in October.
Are you?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
From
My
where?
aunt, who's awesome, but she's crazy.
Huh?
She's like, I'm going to make everyone buy a cruise again, which is how I went on my last vacation.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, so we're going on a cruise, and I don't know where we're going. I think we're going to Nova Scotia, like up the East Coast.
Okay.
It's going to be kind of cold, which is interesting. I don't know how that's going to work because it's a cruise. Like, it brings snow pants. Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
So, because it's in October.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's going to be chilly.
cruise.
Cold cruise.
They do that. I've been curious about the cruises off of Alaska. They do those too.
Those are
Apparently,
like a
it's-
month. I
Yeah.
think they're like, oh no, they might have shorter ones.
they might have shorter ones,
Have
but
you
apparently
ever-
they're like super pretty.
Have you ever been on a cruise?
No.
Okay. Go on one.
Okay, well let me just reach into my.
Well, I'll
money
tell you this
pocket.
right now. The only reason I suggest that is for somebody that like doesn't go on vacation and all that and doesn't know what to do, like how to do stuff. You have no choice but to relax.
Wonder if we can combine ideas and if there is a murder mystery cruise,
That would be the best thing because you don't
you can't get out.
know. The reason why it would be the best thing because you have a full week and you could. There's literally thousands of people on the boat.
It could be anybody.
Would you involve everyone in the murder? No, too many people.
No, that would be too big. You would have to like. I don't know.
Let's just fuck it. Let's just stay on this for like a couple minutes because I want to. If we had a murder mystery on a cruise ship, would you be able
All right,
to?
hold on. I know it's my mo.
What?
I have to pee so bad.
You fucking pussy.
And we're back.
Okay, Tim's back from being a child. So murder mystery on a cruise.
Murder mystery cruise. How would that work?
So if there's 2,000 people on a cruise ship,
Okay.
maybe even closer to 3 with the crew and a couple extras. So say 2,500. Say 2,000. Say 2,000. How many people could you involve in a murder mystery for a week-long cruise? You'd have to have it in small groups. Could there be multiple murder mysteries going on at the same time? Could you do that?
No, it would be way too confusing. Because, like, there would have to be clues you would have to gather and shit. So, like, how would that make sense? Like,
And here's the other thing too. Do you tell the rest of the crew, the cruise patrons, that there's a murder mystery group? So if you see people like snooping around, like that seems like it would get like very confrontational pretty quickly. If someone's like snooping around other people's rooms looking for clues, like, bro, what are you doing?
yeah. Thinking about it, even, like, the hotel style, like, what happens if there's, like, a clue that you find? Do you keep it? Do you not tell anybody? Is this, like, a game that we're playing? Or is it supposed to be like, all right, everybody, there's a murderer, so we're all in this together. No, fuck that. I want to win.
Yeah. Do you have like? Separate agendas?
Ooh, that could be a fun way to do it.
Like someone's trying to cover it up. Someone like finds out, but like they find out that it's really their brother that did it, and like.
Imagine you spend all week laying out fake clues.
But here's the thing: they don't know. Like, imagine setting up a murder mystery like this, where everyone gets a card with their agenda. So like, and you'll get like, say say you are a brother of your brother. Your brother ends up being the person who murdered someone. You get a card that says, like, you need to find this clue on this day. So you find the clue, and then when you get that clue, you get another card, and it says, you have just figured out that your brother is the murderer. And, like, you have to basically, like try to cover it up, but he doesn't know that you know.
Ooh, that's fun. There was a game like that, How to Host a Murder.
Okay.
Similar concept, except it's not on a cruise and it's not a week long, where everyone gets. You needed a minimum of 8 people to play, and everyone got to be a character. And if you had more than 8 people, they got to be.
I'm not going down for this. Sorry.
What was I saying? Anyway, so
something about hosting murders.
So, and everyone got a card. One person's the murderer, and they know off the bat. And every round, you find out more about yourself and about other people. So, like, round 2, you're like, I think the one that we did, there's a bunch of them, so I'm not spoiling this too bad for people out there, but the one that we did, it was like, round 2, you were like, it took place in, like, the 1930s or something like that. You're like, I went to a burlesque show, and apparently that famous actress ain't famous anymore, and she's showing titty now, and I know. So then you have to play it off like, who am I going to tell? Who am I not going to tell? And we played it shittily. Like, we literally sat in a circle just talking, but it's supposed to be like a party. Like, so you're supposed to, like, go around and, like, chat with people and, like, see what they know. And, like,
see, that would be, would it be easier to do that with people that you didn't know or people that you did know?
I don't know.
Because people that you know, you'd be able to tell
If they're lying.
certain things about what they're doing. But that would almost be like an upper scale level type of thing.
Yeah.
Where, like, you get 10 people who sign up, and part of the deal is you go there an hour early and you have to read your portfolio.
Yeah.
So you know what you did, what you didn't do, and, like, how you act.
Here's the catch, though, is that you have to rely on the fact that other people are going to be cool about playing this. If it's with people you don't know. Because you know there's going to be the one asshole who says, I don't want to be the murderer.
Yeah.
And you're just like, well,
you should have
everyone go home.
You know what you should have to do? There should be, like, a belt system like in jiu-jitsu. Where, like, you have to get up to, like, at least like a purple belt to enter into something of that level, so people know that you're not going to be a douche.
Yeah. You have to at least, like, play along a little bit. Like, if you're supposed to be like,
we should make a murder mystery.
I began
We should come up with a system.
a murder mystery system.
Like a system of how the game should be played, and then after that it's just plug in storylines.
Okay.
Add that to the never-ending list of tasks that I
Dictate.
just fucking...
Yeah, we'll just fucking do this too.
Yeah, we'll just add it.
So go to prodownpro.com for your murder mystery needs. People are going to go to the website and be like, what the fuck is this?
This is the inner workings of a psychopathic mind. Why is it so scattered? None of it's finished.
This tab just tells us ways we can die. All of them just say water.
I don't know who made this, but they need help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
So we are experts at going all the way off the rails.
All the way. All the way.
I take 95% of the blame for that.
Yeah.
Most of the blame.
Yeah. I lead you into topics that I know will be disastrous. I should have known with that stupid
Yeah, what you like what it is that, you know, like that whole thing where two ships are going the same direction and then, like, one goes 1 degree off and you don't notice it first, but then, like, a mile later they're like a couple 100 feet apart.
Yeah.
You're like you turn the 1 degree, and instead of me being like, I'm gonna turn it back, I just, like, full bore steam ahead.
Yeah.
And then we're just nowhere near the other ship.
Yeah.
Which is a cruise ship.
Of murder.
That's
All right, guys.
I'm done.
Let us know in the comment section down below. What is your dream vacation? What would you do if you had money's not an object? You have a couple of weeks. There are no rules, despite someone trying to pin me down on it.
Sorry.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the little bell notification so you get all of our podcasts. All of them.
All of them. Watch all.
And we'll catch you guys next time.
Thank you.
For watching.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh